Little Tree's Journey. Once upon a time, in a cozy little forest, there lived a small sapling named Sprout. Sprout was a very tiny tree who dreamed of growing big and strong. Every day, Sprout would look up at the tall trees around and wish to be as tall and sturdy as them. But one sunny morning, a storm came rushing through the forest. The wind howled, and the rain poured down heavily. Poor Sprout swayed and bent in the strong wind. When the storm finally passed, Sprout felt a bit crooked and sad. Sobbed Sprout, feeling a little disheartened.
I'll never be big and strong like the other trees.
However, a wise old oak tree noticed Sprout's sadness.
Little one,
The oak tree said in a gentle voice,
your journey has just begun. You may feel small now, but your strength lies in your determination.
With those encouraging words, Sprout felt a spark of hope. Determined to grow tall and strong, Sprout continued to drink up the rain and soak up the sunlight. Seasons passed, and Sprout faced many challenges. Sometimes it was too hot, and other times it was too cold. But through it all, Sprout stayed strong and kept reaching for the sky. One day, as the sun shone brightly, a family of birds flew by. They were looking for a place to build their nest. They noticed Sprout standing tall and felt it was a perfect spot. Chirped the birds happily as they built their nest on Sprout's branches. Sprout felt so happy and proud to help the birds. It realized that being strong wasn't just about size but about being helpful and kind. Years passed, and Sprout grew taller and broader, becoming a beautiful tree. It had learned that even the smallest tree could make a big difference in the world. And from that day on, Sprout stood tall, sharing shade and shelter for all the creatures in the forest, teaching them that no matter how small you start, with determination and kindness, you can grow big and strong. The helpful river stones. Once upon a time, in a land where a gentle river flowed through a forest, there lived a group of shiny river stones. They sparkled under the sun, happy in their peaceful river home. One day, the sun seemed to shine hotter than ever, and the rain forgot to visit the forest. The river started to shrink, and the woodland creatures became worried. The fish had less water to swim in, and the birds couldn't find water to drink. Seeing their friends in trouble, the river stones gathered together and whispered,
Let's help our woodland friends.
They rolled and tumbled, creating small dams to gather the little water left in the river. This helped make pools for the thirsty animals. The stones worked together, side by side, to make sure there was water for everyone. The animals were surprised and grateful for the stones' help.
Thank you, dear stones.
Chirped the birds. And as the rain finally came back to the forest, the river stones continued to
You've saved us from thirst,
said the fish happily. Even when the river dried up completely, the animals had enough water to survive because of the helpful river stones. The stones showed that even though they were small, together they could do big things. And as the rain finally came back to the forest, the river stones continued to stand strong, reminding everyone that unity and empathy can make a big difference. A day with Captain Adventure. Once upon a bright morning, a young boy named Tim woke up with a sparkle in his eye. Tim loved adventures and stories of brave explorers.
But today was special because Tim had a plan. "I'm going to be Captain Adventure today," he exclaimed, pulling on his red cape and grabbing his trusty toy telescope. Tim marched out into the backyard, ready for his grand adventure. His first mission was to explore the mystical jungle of his garden. He tiptoed through the bushes, careful not to disturb the hidden creatures. In his imagination, Tim spotted giant snakes, actually garden hoses, and discovered hidden treasures, shiny rocks, and colorful flowers. He pretended to swing from tree to tree and navigate through unknown lands. Next, Tim sailed across the vast ocean, his little blue paddling pool, on a daring quest. He became Captain Adventure, steering his imaginary ship through rough waves and calm waters. With a cardboard hat on his head, he searched for islands and mermaids' pool toys and colorful shells along the way. But suddenly, a great storm of sprinkler spray appeared. Captain Adventure bravely steered his ship to safety and saved his crew from the fierce waters. As the sun began to set, Tim's adventure drew to a close. He hung up his cape and telescope, feeling proud of his day filled with excitement and bravery. Tim learned that adventures could happen anywhere, even in his backyard. He realized that bravery wasn't just about fighting dragons. It was about using imagination, exploring new places, and having fun. With a big smile on his face, Tim knew that Captain Adventure's spirit would live on, ready for more thrilling escapades tomorrow.
The Kindness Quest of Kiko the Koala. Once upon a time, in a leafy forest, there lived a cuddly koala named Kiko. Kiko loved climbing trees and munching on eucalyptus leaves.
But more than anything, Kiko adored spreading kindness wherever he went. One sunny day, while Kiko was lazily lounging in a eucalyptus tree, he heard a faint cry for help, scampering down the branches.
Kiko found a lost baby bird chirping in distress. The little bird had fallen from its nest. Without a second thought, Kiko scooped up the bird and gently placed it back in its snug nest, soothing it with comforting cuddles. As Kiko continued his stroll through the forest, he stumbled upon a group of ants struggling to carry their food. Without hesitation, he offered his help. Kiko carried the food alongside the ants, giggling and chatting with them, making their task lighter and their hearts happier. Later that day, Kiko encountered a timid bunny feeling frightened by a sudden thunderstorm. With a warm hug and some reassuring words, Kiko sheltered the bunny in his tree, keeping it safe until the storm passed, sharing stories and laughter to calm its fears. Word of Kiko's kindness spread throughout the forest, and soon, animals from all corners sought his help and comforting presence. Kiko's kindness knew no bounds, and the forest flourished with friendship and warmth because of his caring heart. In the heart of the leafy forest, Kiko the koala's kindness became a legend, reminding everyone that even the smallest acts of kindness could create the biggest ripples of happiness.
The Helpful Compass. In a big forest, 3 friends, Jack, Sam, and Lim, loved exploring together. One sunny day, they wandered too far and got lost. Jack said,
"Let's use my dad's compass to find our way back."
They looked at the compass, a small round tool that shows directions. Sam added,
"But how do we use it?"
Lim remembered.
"My dad showed me once. The needle always points north."
Jack held the compass and watched the needle.
"North is where we need to go."
They walked, following the needle's direction. Sometimes the trees made it hard to see, but they kept checking the compass and talking about which way to go. They reached a river. To cross it, they needed to find a safe way. Jack said,
The compass shows where we need to go, but let's also look for a good crossing spot.
They found a sturdy log bridge and carefully crossed the river together. On the other side, they looked at the compass again.
We're closer to home now,
Exclaimed Sam. Following the compass, they finally saw familiar trees and knew they were close. They reached home just before sunset. Jack said,
Using the compass helped us find our way back,
Sam added.
and working together made it easier.
Liam nodded.
Yeah, it's important to know how to use a compass, and it's good to have someone older teach us.
They thanked Jack's dad for the compass and told their parents about their adventure. Their parents were proud of how they used the compass and stuck together. From then on, whenever they explored, they took the compass and remembered what they learned about navigation from their parents. And their adventures became even more exciting, knowing they could always find their way back home with the help of the trusty compass and the lessons from their parents.
The magical of sharing. In a sunny village by the beach, 3 friends, Malik, Tariq, and Zain, were playing with their toys. Malik had a colorful ball, Tariq had a red bucket, and Zain had toy cars. They saw some kids without toys, looking sad.
Let's share ours,
Zain said. Malik and Tariq agreed. They gave their toys to the kids. Everyone played together, laughing and having fun. The more they shared, the happier they felt. The beach seemed brighter, and their laughter echoed. When the day ended, the new friends thanked them. Walking home, Malik, Tariq, and Zain felt happy inside. Zain said,
Sharing is like magic.
They decided to bring extra toys to share every time they went to the beach. And every time they shared, they discovered the magic of making new friends and creating happiness together. The puzzle of kindness. In a cozy town, there were 3 friends, Sam, Leo, and Max. They loved puzzles. One day, they found a special puzzle with no picture, just colorful pieces. Sam said,
Let's solve this puzzle.
Each piece had a word: kindness, sharing, helping. They didn't know what the puzzle would show. Sam started with a blue piece that said,
Kindness,
Leo found a yellow piece that said,
helping,
and Max found a red piece that said,
sharing.
They put the pieces together. The puzzle showed a picture of friends helping each other, sharing toys, and smiling. Leo smiled.
It's a kindness puzzle.
They realized something important. Kindness is like a puzzle. When you help, share, and care for others, it makes a beautiful picture of friendship. From that day on, they understood that kindness was like solving a puzzle. Each kind act they did fit together, making the world a brighter and happier place. And they promised to solve the puzzle of kindness every day by helping, sharing, and caring for others. Alex's big dream. Alex had a dream. He dreamt of flying in space, wearing a cool suit. He woke up excited.
I want to be an astronaut,
He told Dad. Dad said,
You can, champ, learn about space and work hard.
Alex asked Dad about space. They read books and talked about stars. In school, he listened in class and loved learning about space. At night, he looked at the stars and imagined flying among them. One day, an astronaut visited school.
Work hard for your dreams.
The astronaut said. Alex smiled. He knew learning and dreaming could make his dream come true. He kept learning, always curious and happy. Alex knew that dreaming and learning were the ways to reach the stars. Ken's running dream. In Kenya, there was a little boy named Ken. He loved running. Ken had a dream to be the best runner in the world. Every day, he trained happily. He ran around his village, feeling the wind on his face and the joy in his heart. Ken went to school and back by running. He loved it. His friends cheered for him. At school, he listened in class and learned many things. He liked learning and running. After school, he trained more, feeling stronger each day. Ken's dream was to run like the wind, and he worked hard for it. One day, there was a big race in his village. Ken ran fast, faster than he ever had before. He crossed the finish line first. Everyone clapped and cheered for Ken. From that day on, Ken knew that was hard work and joy in his heart. He could make his dreams come true. And he kept running, chasing his dreams with every step. Timmy the Happy Turtle. There was a turtle named Timmy. He was always gloomy and sad. Nothing seemed to make him happy. Timmy watched birds fly and wished he could be like them. He felt sad about being slow. One day, Timmy met an old turtle named Gramps. Gramps always looked cheerful. Timmy asked,
Gramps, why are you always happy?
Gramps smiled.
I'm grateful for what I have, Timmy.
Timmy didn't understand. Gramps explained.
Being grateful means being thankful for the good things in life.
Timmy thought about it. He realized he had a shell to protect him and friends who cared. He said,
I'm grateful for my shell and my friends.
From that day on, Timmy focused on what he had. He felt happier and smiled more. He thanked the birds for their songs and the sky for its beauty. Timmy realized that being grateful made him feel lighter and happier. He learned the secret of gratitude and was no longer a gloomy turtle. Timmy was now the happiest turtle in the forest.
The kindness seed. In a small village, there lived a little girl named Maya. Maya loved helping others. One day, Maya found a tiny seed. It sparkled in her hand. She thought,
I'll plant this seed.
She dug a small hole and gently placed the seed in the soil. Every day, she watered it with care. Weeks passed, and nothing happened. Maya felt sad. She thought the seed didn't grow. But one morning, she saw a tiny sprout peeking through the soil. It was growing. Maya was thrilled. She took extra care of the sprout, talking to it and giving it sunlight. As days went by, the sprout grew into a beautiful plant with colorful flowers. People noticed the lovely plant and asked,
Maya, how did you grow such a beautiful flower?
Maya smiled.
I planted a seed of kindness.
The villagers were amazed. They realized Maya's kindness made the seed bloom. From that day on, everyone in the village planted seeds of kindness too. They helped each other, shared, and smiled more. And just like Maya's seed, their kindness bloomed, making the village a happier and friendlier place. The helpful hive. Buzz loved flying and exploring. One day, he saw a butterfly struggling to fly.
Can I help you?
Buzz asked. The butterfly replied.
I have a broken wing. I can't fly.
Buzz had an idea. He asked the other bees to help. Together, they carried the butterfly to the sweetest flowers. The butterfly smiled.
Thank you, Buzz and all the bees.
Buzz felt happy helping. He thought,
I want to help more.
soon, there was a rainstorm. A family of ants needed shelter. Buzz invited them into the hive. The ants were grateful. They said,
Buzz, you're very kind.
Buzz felt proud. He liked helping others. One day, a bird got stuck in a net. Buzz asked the bees to help free the bird. They worked together and set the bird free. The bird chirped.
Thank you, Buzz and the bees. You're
Buzz realized that helping made everyone happy. From that day on, Buzz and the bees helped anyone in need.
Iggy's helpful heart. In a sunny jungle, there lived an iguana named Iggy. He loved basking in the warm sun and exploring the lush green. One day, while climbing a tree, Iggy spotted a lost bird chirping sadly.
Can I help?
Iggy asked. The bird fluttered closer.
I've lost my nest.
Iggy thought for a moment. He led the bird to a cozy nook in the tree and shared his own shelter.
Thank you, Iggy.
Chirped the bird. Iggy felt happy inside. He continued exploring, eager to help more. Later, he found a monkey with tangled vines. Iggy called his jungle friends, and together they untangled the vines. The monkey grinned.
Thank you, Iggy.
Iggy's heart swelled with joy. He realized that helping made him feel grateful. From that day on, Iggy looked for ways to lend a hand. His acts of kindness made the jungle a happier and friendlier home for all its inhabitants.
Draco's kind wings. In a faraway land, there lived a dragon named Draco. He had shimmering scales and majestic wings that sparkled in the sunlight. One day, while soaring high in the sky, Draco noticed a group of tiny creatures scurrying around, looking lost and worried.
Can I help?
Draco called out. One of the creatures, a small gnome, replied.
We're looking for our
Draco swooped down and offered them a ride on his back. He flew over hills and valleys until they reached their village safely.
Thank you, Draco.
Cheered the gnomes. Draco felt a warmth in his heart. He wanted to help more. As he flew on, he saw a family of birds struggling to build their nest. Draco used his fiery breath to gently warm their sticks, making them easier to weave. The birds chirped happily.
Thank you, Draco.
Draco's heart swelled. He realized that helping others brought him joy. From that day on, Draco flew across the land, using his kind wings to aid creatures in need. His acts of
Polly the Peacock's big heart. In a colorful garden, there lived a peacock named Polly. She had beautiful feathers that shimmered in the sun. One day, Polly spotted a butterfly with a torn wing, fluttering helplessly.
Can I help?
asked Polly.
The butterfly nodded sadly.
I can't fly with my broken wing.
Polly gently carried the butterfly to a bed of soft leaves and offered her feathers.
Thank you, Polly.
Whispered the butterfly. Polly felt happy inside. She wanted to help more. She then saw a squirrel with tangled branches in its nest. Polly carefully and the squirrel chirped.
Thank you, Polly.
Polly's heart danced with joy. She knew helping others made her feel happy. From that day on, Polly wandered the garden, using her kind heart to aid her friends. Her acts of kindness made the garden a happier and friendlier place.
Ollie the wise orangutan. In the lush forests of Kalimantan, there lived a wise orangutan named Ollie. His fur was a mix of orange and brown, and his eyes sparkled with kindness. One day, Ollie noticed a group of playful animals feeling sad. A mischievous monkey had taken their favorite fruits.
Can I help?
Asked Ollie with a twinkle in his eye. The animals nodded. Ollie swung from tree to tree, gathering the juiciest fruits and sharing them with his friends.
Thank you, Ollie.
Cheered the animals. Ollie felt a warm breeze of happiness. He loved helping others. As he swung through the trees, Ollie spotted a colorful butterfly with a torn wing. He gently caught it and mended its wing with leaves. The butterfly fluttered happily.
Thank you, wise Ollie.
Ollie grinned, realizing that even small acts of kindness could make a big difference. From that day on, Ollie used his wisdom and creativity to bring joy to the forest. His adventures made the jungle a magical and friendlier place for all its inhabitants.
Andy the Ant and the Cozy Nest. In a tiny anthill, there lived an ant named Andy. Winter was coming. Andy told his ant pals.
Let's work together.
They marched to find soft leaves, twigs, and tiny pebbles. Each ant had a job, and they worked happily side by side. Andy carried leaves, and his friends stacked them high. Some ants gathered twigs, while others arranged pebbles in a snug circle. As they worked, Andy cheered.
Great job, everyone.
The ants worked until the nest was warm and snug. They could rest inside and stay safe from the winter chill. Andy smiled at his hard-working ant friends. They all felt proud of their cozy nest. When the cold winds blew, the ants huddled together inside, warm and happy. Andy learned that when friends work together, even the tiniest ants can build something amazing. And in their cozy nest, they dreamed of springtime adventures, excited for the days ahead.
Zaid's bright ideas. In a modern city in Arabia, there was a clever 6-year-old boy named Zaid. Zaid loved thinking about big ideas. One day, Zaid told his father and older brother,
I want to make things to help people around the world.
His father and brother smiled and said,
That's a wonderful idea, Zaid.
Zaid thought hard and decided to make a machine that could clean water. He wanted everyone to have clean water to drink. Using colorful blocks, Zaid built a tiny model of his water cleaning machine. He showed it to his father and brother, saying,
This is for the world.
His father and brother clapped and said,
Good job, Zaid.
Zaid knew he was just a little boy, but he dreamed big. He wanted to make the world a better place with his bright ideas. And even though he was small, Zaid believed that one day he could help people everywhere with his inventions.
Luna's Ice Adventures. In the freezing North Pole, there was a curious 5-year-old girl named Luna. Luna loved playing in the ice and dreaming big. One day, Luna told her family,
"I want to find things that make people happy everywhere."
Her family smiled and said,
That's a wonderful idea, Luna.
Luna bundled up in her warm coat and mittens and set out on her ice adventure. She explored the icy landscape, looking for special things that could bring happiness to everyone. With her little shovel, Luna found sparkling ice crystals and made tiny ice sculptures. She imagined them bringing smiles to people around the world. When Luna showed her discoveries to her family, they cheered.
Great job, Luna.
Luna, the little explorer from the chilly North Pole, believed that even small things could bring equal happiness to people everywhere. And with a heart full of joy, Luna continued her ice adventures, dreaming of discoveries that could make the whole world happy.
Bury the bird's big nest. In a cozy tree, there lived a bird named Berry. Berry was getting ready to have chicks, so she wanted a comfy nest for them. But making a nest was hard for Berry. She found twigs too big and leaves too small. Berry hopped around, trying to build a nest with her tiny beak. Her bird friends chirped.
Let us help Berry.
Together, they gathered twigs and leaves. Berry's nest started to grow, warm and snug. Soon, Berry had the perfect nest for her chicks. She chirped happily.
Thank you, friends.
The little chicks hatched, feeling safe in their cozy nest. Berry smiled, happy to have helpful friends. And in their tree, Berry and her chicks lived happily ever after. Booty's farming dreams. In a green village, there was a little boy named Booty. He loved helping his father on the farm. Booty liked planting seeds, watering plants, and seeing vegetables grow big and strong. One day, Booty told his father,
"I want to be a farmer and grow food for everyone."
His father smiled and said,
That's a wonderful dream, Beauty.
Booty thought about his dream. He imagined having big machines and using cool technology on the farm. He wanted to grow the best food for people all around the world. As Booty helped his father, he learned many things about farming. He dreamed of making the farm better and helping more people with healthy food. And even though he was a little boy, Booty believed that one day he could be a farmer with amazing technology, growing quality food for everyone. Adi call to prayer. In a small village in Indonesia, there was a boy named Adi. The muazzin is a person who calls the adhan, inviting everyone to come and pray. Every day, Adi practiced his voice and learned the beautiful words of the call to prayer. He listened to the current muazzin and tried to match his melody. Adi's family and friends cheered him on.
You can do it, Adi.
One day, the masjid needed a new muazzin. Adi was excited. He stood near the front of the masjid, close to the imam's place, took a deep breath, and began calling the adhan. His voice echoed through the village, clear and strong. People smiled and felt the call to prayer in their hearts. Adi's dream came true. He became the muazzin, and his call to prayer was heard by everyone in the village. Adi felt proud and happy. He knew that with practice and determination, dreams really do come true.
Grandpa's Magical Story Time. In an old village, there lived a kind grandfather who loved telling stories. Every afternoon, little children gathered on the terrace of his cozy house to hear his magical tales. Grandpa sat in his rocking chair, a twinkle in his eyes. The children snuggled. Grandpa's stories were like a warm blanket, full of kindness and positive lessons. He spoke about friendship, sharing, and the beauty of nature. As he shared his tales, the children's faces lit up with joy. They laughed, they learned, and they felt the magic in each word. The stories were not just stories. They were seeds of kindness planted in the hearts of the little ones. And so, on that terrace, surrounded by smiles and laughter, Grandpa's story time became a treasure, weaving a tapestry of warmth and positive values for generations.
Cody the Kind Komodo's Adventure. On a sunny island with open grasslands and bush forests lived a young Komodo dragon named Cody. Cody was not like other dragons. He was kind and full of warmth. One day, Cody decided to explore beyond his familiar savannas. He slithered through the bush forests, his tail swaying with curiosity. As Cody journeyed, he met other Komodo dragons. Some were big, some were small, but Cody treated them all with kindness. In the coast, he saw a Komodo dragon struggling near the rocks. Cody rushed to help, showing that helping friends in need is what kind Komodo dragons do. Cody's journey taught him the value of friendship and how being kind makes the world a better place. He shared his tales with other Komodo dragons, spreading warmth and positive values. From that day on, Cody's island became a haven of kindness, where Komodo dragons treated each other with respect and care. And so, Cody, the kind Komodo, continued his adventures, leaving trails of warmth and positive values for all Komodo dragons on the island. Billy and the Cinderawashi's Journey. In the beautiful land of Papua, there lived a special bird named Cinderawashi. His plumage had unique patterns, each feather a masterpiece of nature's art. One day, Cinderawashi caught the attention of a curious boy named Billy. They quickly became friends, exploring rivers and lush forests together. Cinderawashi, with his captivating beauty, showed Billy a magical place, a hidden waterfall surrounded by vibrant flowers.
"It's beautiful,"
exclaimed Billy. Cinderawashi expressed joy through his vibrant presence. Billy nodded, understanding the importance of caring for the environment. From that day on, they worked together to protect their home, teaching everyone the value of friendship and taking care of our planet. And so, in Papua, the friendship between a young boy and a uniquely beautiful bird became a joyful story. Hawa Fruitful Garden.
In a sunny village, there was a little girl named Hawa. Hawa was 5 years old, and she loved helping her father in their orchard.
Every day, Hawa and her father would walk among the fruit trees. There were apples, oranges, and juicy berries. Hawa's small hands helped pick the ripe fruits. Her father taught her about each fruit and its tasty benefits.
Apples are crunchy, oranges are juicy, and berries are sweet.
Her father explained. Hawa learned about colors, shapes, and delicious tastes. She filled the smooth skin of an apple and the bumpy peel of an orange. Together, they gathered the fruits in baskets. Hawa loved being her father's little helper. As they worked, Hawa's father shared stories about how fruits help us grow strong and healthy. Hawa listened with wide-eyed wonder. And so, in their orchard filled with love and learning, Hawa and her father enjoyed the sweetness of both fruits and time spent together.
Percy the Peacock's Happy Day. Once upon a time, in a colorful garden, there lived a peacock named Percy. Percy had beautiful feathers. But one day, he hurt his wing. Percy felt sad because he couldn't show off his feathers or dance like he used to. He sat alone, feeling a bit lonely. But then, Percy's animal friends noticed his sadness. They gathered around him, chirping and hopping. A wise old owl said,
Don't worry, Percy. We'll help you feel better.
Percy's friends brought him soft leaves to rest on and tasty berries to eat. They stayed by his side, keeping him company. Days passed, and Percy's wing began to heal. With his friends' care, he felt stronger and happier. One sunny morning, Percy decided to try spreading his feathers again. Slowly, he opened them, and his friends cheered. Percy realized that even when he felt sad, his friends could make him happy. With a joyful heart, he danced and showed off his colorful feathers. From that day on, Percy knew that true friends make the saddest days bright again. And in the colorful garden, Percy's happy dance became a celebration of friendship.
Ellie the Elephant's Adventure. Once upon a time, in a big jungle, there was an elephant named Ellie. One sunny day, while Ellie was exploring, she accidentally stepped into sticky mud. Oh no! Ellie tried to move, but her feet were stuck. She trumpeted for help, but no one heard her. But wait! A clever monkey named Momo saw Ellie and rushed to get help. Momo brought other jungle animals. Together, they worked as a team. The strong lion pulled from the front. The wise owl gave advice, and the playful monkeys jumped around. With everyone's help, Ellie slowly came out of the mud. She felt so grateful to her jungle friends. From that day on, Ellie learned to be careful where she stepped, and the jungle animals knew they could always count on each other. And in the heart of the jungle, Ellie's adventure became a story of friendship and teamwork.
Zuli's Handy Creations. In a cozy town, there was a little boy named Zuli. Zuli loved creating useful things from everyday materials. With the help of his father, Zuli turned cardboard, buttons, and colorful paper into practical items. His eyes sparkled with joy as he crafted. One day, Zuli's father asked,
What do you dream of making, little one?
Zuli smiled and said,
I dream of creating things that people can use every day.
He crafted pencil cases, multi-purpose boxes, and many other useful items. People in the town loved Zuli's creations. They admired the clever designs and found the items handy in their daily lives. Zuli's dream was simple but noble, to make things that brought both joy and usefulness to others. And so, in the cozy town, Zuli's useful creations filled homes with practicality and a touch of joy.
Zul's Toothache Lesson. Once upon a time, there was a small child named Zul who loved sweets. Zul's favorite treats were candies and chocolates. But one day, he felt a little pain in his tooth. Ouch! Zul's toothache made him sad, and he realized it was time to take better care of his teeth. Zul's mom gave him a soft toothbrush and toothpaste with a yummy flavor. She said,
Let's brush your teeth together, Zul.
Zul learned how to brush his teeth gently, reaching all the corners of his mouth. His mom showed him the right way, and soon, Zul found it fun. Every day, Zul brushed his teeth diligently, making sure to keep them clean and strong. The toothache slowly went away, and Zul's smile became even brighter. Zul learned an important lesson that taking care of his teeth was like giving them a little love every day. And so, in Zul's home, brushing teeth became a happy routine, ensuring his teeth stayed healthy and his smile sparkled.
Terry the Turtle's Ocean Adventure. Once upon a time, in the big blue sea, there was a friendly turtle named Terry. Terry loved swimming and playing among the waves. One day, Terry noticed something was wrong. The sea was filled with rubbish, plastic bags, bottles, and all sorts of things. It made Terry's home look messy and sad. Terry tried to swim but got tangled in the plastic bag. Oh no! Terry was in trouble. Luckily, some kind fish saw Terry and quickly helped remove the plastic. Terry felt grateful but also worried about the sea getting dirty. Terry decided to do something about it. With the help of fish friends, they started cleaning up the sea, one piece of rubbish at a time. Terry's underwater friends learned a valuable lesson: never to throw rubbish into the sea. They understood that keeping the ocean clean was important for everyone who lived there. And so, in the big blue sea, Terry's adventure became a tale of friendship and the importance of taking care of our home. Lee and the baby panda's bond. In a peaceful forest, there lived a very little panda who loved to climb trees and play. One day, the baby panda got into trouble and found itself caught in a hunter's trap. But along came a kind child named Lee. Lee saw the trapped baby panda and knew it needed help. Lee carefully approached and set the little panda free. From that day on, a beautiful friendship blossomed between Lee and the baby panda. They played together, explored the forest, and shared snacks under the tall trees. The moral of the story is that true friends help each other, no matter what. Lee and the baby panda showed everyone that kindness and friendship make the world a better place. And so, in the heart of the forest, Lee and the baby panda's bond became a tale of compassion and lasting friendship.
Zoe, the helpful little prince. In a magical kingdom, there was a little prince named Zoe. Zoe was famous for being kind and always ready to help others. One day, a little bird got stuck in a tree, and Zoe quickly climbed up to rescue it. Another time, a friend needed help with a heavy box, and Zoe happily carried it. The people in the kingdom loved Zoe for being so helpful. Zoe's kindness spread, and soon everyone tried to help each other too. The moral of the story is that even little princes, like Zoe, can make a big difference by being helpful and kind. Zoe's actions showed everyone that helping others brings joy to everyone around. And so, in the magical kingdom, Zoe, the helpful little prince, became a role model for kindness and friendship. Little Explorer Under the Sea. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Hawa who loved to explore. Hawa's father had a special submarine, and they decided to go on an adventure under the sea. As the submarine dived into the deep blue ocean, Hawa's eyes widened with amazement. There were colorful fish, graceful sea turtles, and even shimmering coral reefs.
Look, Daddy, the sea is so beautiful,
Hawa exclaimed. Her father smiled and said,
Yes, my little explorer. The sea is a magnificent creation of God.
Together, they marveled at the underwater world, filled with wonders only God could make. Hawa felt the coolness of the sea and heard the gentle sounds of the ocean. The adventure under the sea became a special moment between Hawa and her father, appreciating the beauty of God's creation. And so, in the depths of the sea, Hawa and her father shared a magical journey, grateful for the awe-inspiring beauty that surrounded.
Robo Friends of Tomorrow. In the future, there were robots everywhere, but they weren't scary at all. These robots were friendly and helpful, always ready to lend a hand. In a bustling city of tomorrow, there lived a little child named Alex. Alex's best friends were robots, who were as kind as they were clever. The robots helped people with their work, cleaned the streets, and even planted trees to make the city greener. Every day, Alex and the other children played with the robots, learning new things and having fun adventures together. The robots taught Alex and the other children about kindness, sharing, and the importance of helping each other. In the future, with the help of their robo-friends, Alex and the other children dreamed of making the world a better place. And so, in the city of tomorrow, life was filled with laughter and joy thanks to the generous and inspiring robots around them.
Boys of Tomorrow's Dreams. In a cozy neighborhood, there were small boys who loved to dream. Each night, they closed their eyes and imagined themselves as inventors of the future. There was Max, who dreamed of creating flying cars that could zoom through the sky like birds. And then there was Ben, who dreamed of building robots to help people with their chores. Every day, Max and Ben would gather with their friends and share their big dreams. They talked about making machines to explore outer space and inventing gadgets to solve everyday problems. Their father smiled and encouraged them, saying,
You can be anything you want to be.
As the boys played and laughed, they knew that one day their dreams would come true. With imagination and determination, they would become the inventors of tomorrow. And so, in the neighborhood of dreams, the little boys dreamed big, knowing that anything was possible in the world of tomorrow.
Leo the brave firefighter. In a cozy neighborhood, there was a little boy named Leo who had a big dream. Leo dreamed of becoming a firefighter just like his dad. One day, a little accident happened, and small fires started in their neighborhood. Leo knew he couldn't put out the fires by himself. So, he quickly called his father, who was a firefighter.
Come quick, Daddy, there's a little fire,
Leo said. Leo's father rushed over, and together they grabbed buckets of water. They worked as a team, pouring water on the little fires until they were all out. Leo felt proud to help his neighborhood stay safe from the fire. He knew that when he grew up, he wanted to be a firefighter, just like his dad. And so, in their cozy neighborhood, Leo's dream of becoming a firefighter burned brightly, fueled by his courage.
The Snow Heroes. In a chilly town, there was a group of good children who loved to help others. One winter day, a big snowstorm covered the roads, making it hard for people to walk and drive safely. The children knew they had to do something to help, so they gathered their shovels and went out to clear the snow from the roads. They worked together with the local residents, shoveling and scooping until the roads were. Everyone in the town was grateful for the children's help. They thanked them for being such wonderful helpers. The children felt happy knowing they had made a difference and helped keep everyone safe. And so, in the chilly town, the children became known as the Snow Heroes, who worked together with local residents to clear the snow and keep everyone safe. Sammy's superhero dream. In a cozy neighborhood, there was a young boy named Sammy who had a big dream. Sammy dreamed of becoming a superhero, just like the ones he saw in his favorite comics and cartoons. Every day, Sammy put on his homemade cape and pretended to fly through the sky, rescuing imaginary people in distress. He imagined having super strength to lift heavy objects and super speed to zoom around the town. Sammy's friends and family cheered him on, joining in his superhero games and adventures. They admired his bravery and admired his determination to make a difference in the world. Even though Sammy was just a young boy, he knew that he could be a hero in his own way. He helped his friends when they were sad, stood up for others when they were bullied, and always tried to do what was right. As Sammy played and dreamed, he inspired others to believe in themselves and to always strive to be kind and courageous. And so, in the cozy neighborhood, Sammy's superhero dream reminded everyone that heroes come in all shapes and sizes, and that even the smallest acts of kindness can make a big difference.
Tunde's stormy evening. In a cozy house, there lived a little boy named Tunde. Tunde loved playing on the terrace and watching the birds fly, but storms made him scared. One day, dark clouds gathered in the sky, and thunder rumbled loudly. Tunde hugged his teddy bear tightly, feeling afraid. Seeing his son's fear, Tunde's dad sat beside him and said,
Tund, storms are like nature's way of balancing things. The thunder you hear is caused by the air around us heating up and expanding very quickly. When lightning strikes, it's like a big explosion high up in the sky.
Tunde listened, feeling comforted by his dad's scientific explanation. Tunde listened, feeling comforted by his dad's scientific explanation. And so, in their cozy house, Tunde learned to be brave through storms, guided by his dad's scientific wisdom.
Drake and the Little Knight. Drake the dragon lived in a big forest. He looked scary with his big teeth and fiery breath. But inside, Drake felt sad because nobody wanted to be his friend. One day, Drake met Leo, a brave knight. Leo wasn't scared of Drake. He smiled and said, "Hi, I'm Leo. Want to be friends?" Drake's eyes sparkled with happiness. He nodded and said,
Yes, please.
Drake and Leo played together every day. They flew in the sky and told stories. Drake felt happy because Leo was his friend. From that day on, Drake wasn't sad anymore. He learned that friends can see past scary looks and be kind. And so, in the big forest, Drake and Leo showed everyone that true friendship is about kindness, not looks.
Hawa's bakery dream. In a small town, there was a young baker named Hawa. She was only 6 years old but loved helping her father, who was a professional baker, in their bakery. Every day after school, Hawa would put on her tiny apron and join her father in the kitchen. She helped mix the dough, shape the bread, and decorate the cakes. Hawa had a big dream. She wanted to make the best bake in the whole town. She practiced every day, listening carefully to her father's instructions and trying her best to make each bake perfect. One day, the town held a baking contest. Hawa was excited. She decided to enter her special chocolate cake. With her father's guidance, Hawa baked the cake with love and care. When the judges tasted her cake, they were amazed. It was the most delicious cake they had ever eaten. Hawa won the contest and became known as the town's youngest and brightest baker. She was so happy and proud of herself. From that day on, Hawa continued to bake with passion and determination. She knew that with hard work and practice, she could achieve anything she dreamed of. And so, in their little bakery, Hawa and her father shared their love for baking and inspired others to follow their dreams. The Lost Phoenix. Once upon a time, in a magical forest, there lived a beautiful phoenix. The phoenix had vibrant red and orange feathers that glowed brightly in the sunlight. One day, while flying through the forest, the phoenix became lost. It flew in circles, trying to find its way home, but the tall trees and winding paths all looked the same. The little phoenix felt scared and alone. It cried out for help, but no one seemed to hear. Just when the phoenix thought it would never find its way back, it spotted a friendly squirrel. The squirrel showed the phoenix the way out of the forest. Grateful for the squirrel's help, the phoenix spread its wings and soared back home, feeling happy and safe once again. And so, in the magical forest, the phoenix learned that even in times of trouble, there are friends who will help you find your way.
The Humble Dragon. In a magical land, there lived a beautiful blue baby dragon. The dragon had shiny scales and sparkling eyes that shimmered like the sky. The dragon was proud of his beauty and strength. He flew around the land, boasting about how special he was and how no one could match his greatness. But as the dragon flew higher and higher, he lost his way. He became stuck in a storm cloud, unable to find his way out. Feeling scared and alone, the dragon cried out for help. Suddenly, a gentle breeze whispered to him, guiding him to safety. The dragon realized his arrogance had led him astray. He thanked the breeze for helping him and promised to be more humble from then on. And so, the beautiful blue baby dragon learned that true strength comes from kindness and humility.
The Brave Little Bird. Once upon a time, on a farm, there was a little bird. His feathers were messy, and he felt sad because he looked different from the other birds. Every day, the little bird watched the other birds playing and having fun. He wished he could join them, but he felt too shy and unsure of himself. One sunny day, the farmer's daughter came to the farm. She saw the little bird sitting alone and looking sad. The girl smiled kindly and said, "You may look different, but you are special in your own way." The little bird felt a glimmer of hope. He decided to try joining the other birds in their games. At first, the other birds laughed and teased him, but the little bird didn't give up. He kept trying, and soon he found his confidence. With each day that passed, the little bird grew stronger and happier. He realized that it didn't matter what he looked like on the outside. What mattered most was the courage and kindness he had inside. And so, the once sad little bird became known as a brave little bird, inspiring others to believe in themselves just as he had. Liang and his books. In a calm village in China, there was a boy named Liang. He looked after sheep and loved reading books. While other kids played, Liang stayed with his sheep and read books. He liked stories about brave people and faraway lands. Even when other kids laughed at him, Liang kept reading. He thought books helped him learn about many things. When Liang had breaks, he read stories to his sheep. They listened and liked his stories. Every day, Liang liked reading more. He dreamed of going to new places and having adventures. So, in the peaceful village, Liang read books and learned many things. He knew books were full of fun and new ideas.
The Friendly Forest Friends. In a magical forest, there were animals of all shapes and sizes. There was a kind deer named Daisy, a playful squirrel named Sammy, and a wise owl named Oliver. As they journeyed deeper into the forest, they encountered new friends like Sparky the friendly fox, Rosie the brave rabbit, and Max the curious raccoon. As they journeyed deeper into the forest, they encountered new friends like Sparky the friendly fox, Rosie the brave rabbit, and Max the curious raccoon. Together, they played games, shared stories, and helped each other. Daisy showed them the tastiest berries. Sammy raced through the trees, and Oliver shared his wisdom. One evening, as the sun set behind the trees, they gathered around a cozy campfire. They laughed and talked until the stars twinkled in the sky. With their new friendship, they learned that no matter how different they were, they could always be there for each other. One evening, as the sun set behind the trees, they gathered around a cozy campfire. They laughed and talked until the stars twinkled in the sky. Underwater Friends. In the deep blue sea, there was a world filled with amazing creatures. There was a cheerful clownfish named Nomu, a graceful seahorse named Star, and a friendly sea turtle named Toby. One sunny day, Nomu, Star, and Toby swam together near the coral reef. They explored the colorful underwater world, marveling at the beauty around them. As they swam deeper into the sea, they met new friends like Sandy the adventurous crab, Pearl the shimmering jellyfish, and Finn the clever dolphin. Together, they played hide and seek among the swaying seaweed, danced with the gentle currents, and chased bubbles that sparkled in the sunlight. One peaceful evening, as the moonlight shimmered on the water's surface, they gathered around a glowing underwater cave. They shared stories and laughter, feeling grateful for their underwater home and friendship. With their new bond, they learned that even in the vast ocean, they were never alone. They could always rely on each other for support and fun. And so, in the magical seabed, Nomu, Star, Toby, and their underwater friends showed that kindness and togetherness make life in the sea more beautiful.
My new friend. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Kenzo. He loved playing in the park with his friends. One day, Kenzo met a new friend named Hiro. Hiro was different because he didn't talk like Kenzo's other friends. Instead, Hiro used his hands to communicate. At first, Kenzo was confused. He didn't understand why Hiro didn't speak. But then Kenzo's dad explained to him that Hiro was mute and deaf, which meant he couldn't hear or talk like others. Kenzo felt sad for his new friend, but he also felt excited to learn something new. So he asked his dad to teach him some sign language. With his dad's help, Kenzo learned how to say hello and friend in sign language. When Kenzo showed Hiro what he had learned, Hiro's face lit up with a big smile. From that day on, Kenzo and Hiro played together every day. They played games, drew pictures, and had lots of fun. Even though they couldn't talk like other friends, they understood each other perfectly. Kenzo realized that friendship wasn't just about talking. It was about caring for each other and having fun together, no matter what. And so, Kenzo and Hiro's friendship grew stronger each day, showing everyone that kindness and understanding are the keys to true friendship.
Dreaming of the stars. Once upon a time, there was a child named Quame. Quame loved to explore and dream big. One night, as he closed his eyes, he imagined himself flying through space, visiting new planets. In his dream, Quame landed on a distant planet filled with colorful rocks and sparkling stars. He felt like a real astronaut exploring the unknown. But when Quame woke up, he realized it was just a dream. He felt a little sad that he couldn't visit other planets for real. However, instead of feeling discouraged, Quame felt inspired. He knew that dreams were like seeds that could grow into something amazing if he worked hard enough. So, Quame decided to learn everything he could about space and astronauts. He read books, watched documentaries, and asked lots of questions. With each new thing he learned, Quame's enthusiasm grew stronger. He knew that one day, he would make his dream of exploring space come true. And so, Quame's dream of visiting other planets may have started as just a dream, but it became a powerful motivation for him to learn and work hard. Maybe one day, Quame will become a real astronaut, exploring the wonders of the universe. Friends from the stars. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Malik. Malik loved to look up at the stars and wonder about the mysteries of the universe. One night, as he drifted off to sleep, he had the most amazing dream. In his dream, Malik found himself on a spaceship, flying through the stars with friendly aliens. They showed him their colorful home planets and taught him new games to play. Malik laughed and played with his new friends, feeling happy and excited. But then, all too soon, he woke up. As Malik opened his eyes, he realized it was just a dream. He felt a little sad that he couldn't visit outer space for real. However, instead of feeling disappointed, Malik felt even more eager to learn. He knew that dreams were like windows to new adventures, and he wanted to learn all he could about space and the stars. Malik read about planets, watched astronaut videos, and built a cardboard spaceship. He asked lots of questions and got curious. Even though going to space was just a dream, he loved learning and exploring, in real life or in his dreams.
The River Adventure. Once upon a time, in a forest, colorful leaves fell from trees. They danced in the breeze and landed on the ground. Rain fell, forming streams. The leaves floated down, giggling as they journeyed. They passed rocks and animals, enjoying the ride. The streams joined into a river, and the leaves continued. They saw flowers and animals, feeling happy. At sunset, they reached the riverbank. Tired but content, they rested. They learned that journeys bring joy and new experiences. And so, the leaves slept, dreaming of more adventures.
The busy underground world. In the earth, beneath our feet, there's a whole world unseen. It's a busy place where tiny creatures live and work together. Meet Wormy, a friendly earthworm who loves to dig tunnels and turn soil. Wormy has many friends like beetle, ant, and snail. Every day, they wake up early to start their work. Wormy digs tunnels, while beetle and ant collect food. Snail moves slowly, munching on leaves along the way. Together, they make the soil healthy and rich. They help plants grow big and strong, providing food for animals and humans. Even though they're small, Wormy and friends know that every little action makes a big difference. They teach us that teamwork and hard work can make the world a better place. And so, the tiny creatures in the soil continue their important work, reminding us that even in the quiet underground, there's a world full of life and purpose. The Happy Cobbler. Once, there was an old shoemaker named Ben. He loved making shoes, but as he got older, fewer people came to the shop. Feeling sad and lonely, Ben sat in his shop day after day. One sunny day, a boy named Sam came to Ben's shop with a hole in his shoe. Ben felt happy to have a customer again. As Ben fixed Sam's shoe, he felt joy and purpose return. He realized his work still mattered. When Sam's shoe was fixed, he left with a smile. Ben felt proud. After that, Ben's shop became busy again. People came from far away for his shoe repairs. Ben learned that his work brought joy to others no matter his age. He kept making shoes happily ever after.
Baby Cloud's Adventure. Once upon a time, in the big blue sky, there was a little cloud named Bella. Bella was a baby cloud, fluffy and white, floating high above the ground. One sunny day, Bella decided to go on an adventure. She wanted to see what lay beyond the horizon and explore new places. So, Bella began her journey. Drifting lazily through the sky, she passed over mountains, rivers, and forests, marveling at the beauty of the world below. But as Bella traveled farther, she noticed that the sky ahead was turning dark. Dark clouds began to gather, and thunder rumbled in the distance. Bella felt scared and unsure of what to do. She wanted to turn back, but she didn't know the way home. Just then, A gentle breeze blew through the sky, guiding Bella back towards the safety of her cloud family. Bella followed the breeze, feeling grateful for its help. As she reunited with her family, Bella realized an important lesson. Even though adventures are exciting, it's essential to know when to turn back and seek help when things get tough. Nessie's Big Adventure. Once upon a time, in a deep, mysterious lake, there lived a baby dinosaur named Nessie. Nessie was small but curious, with shiny scales and a long, swishy tail. One sunny morning, Nessie decided to explore the lake beyond her cozy home. She swam and splashed, feeling excited about her big adventure. As Nessie swam farther from the shore, she saw new plants and colorful fish. Everything looked so different and exciting. But suddenly, Nessie found herself in deep, dark waters. She felt scared and alone, not knowing which way to go. Just then, she heard a friendly voice. It was her mother, calling out to her. Nessie followed her mother's voice and soon found her way back home. Nessie learned an important lesson. Even though adventures are fun, it's essential to stay close to those who love and care for you. And so, Nessie snuggled close to her mother, feeling safe and loved. From that day on, Nessie knew that no matter where her adventures took her, her family would always be there to guide her home.
Robo Friends. In the land of robots, there lived a little robot named Roto. Roto's world was full of metal trees, shiny buildings, and friendly robots. One day, Roto went on an adventure to explore his robot world. He met robots of all shapes and sizes, each with a story to tell. He met Sparky, the helpful robot who always lent a hand to those in need. Roto learned that being kind and helpful makes the world a better place. He met Bold, the curious robot who loved to learn new things. Roto learned that curiosity and a thirst for knowledge can lead to exciting discoveries. He met Wizzy, the brave robot who never gave up, even when faced with challenges. Roto learned that perseverance and determination can overcome any obstacle. As Roto journeyed through the robot world, he realized that every robot had a story and a lesson to share. He learned that being different is what makes each robot special and unique. And so, Roto returned home, filled with newfound wisdom and appreciation for his robot friends. He knew that by embracing each other's differences and learning from one another, they could make their world a brighter and better place for all. Milo's Mountain Dream. Milo the cat lived in a cozy house by the hills. Every day, he watched the tall mountains in the distance and dreamed of climbing them. One sunny morning, Milo decided to make his dream come true. He packed a small bag with snacks and water, then set off on his adventure. As Milo climbed higher and higher, he encountered rocks and steep paths. He felt scared and tired but kept going because he wanted to reach the top. Finally, after many hours of climbing, Milo reached the summit. He looked around and saw the world below, feeling proud and accomplished. But then Milo realized something important. Climbing mountains was hard work, and it was okay to ask for help. So, Milo called out for his friends, and together they celebrated their achievement. Milo learned that dreams can come true with determination and help from friends. He felt grateful for the journey and the lessons learned along the way. And so, Milo returned home, knowing that he could achieve anything he set his mind to with perseverance and support. Poppy's Forest Adventure. Poppy the panda lived in a cozy bamboo forest with her family. One bright morning, she decided to explore the dense forest nearby. As Poppy wandered deeper into the forest, she saw tall trees and heard the chirping of birds. She felt excited to discover new places. But soon, Poppy realized she didn't know the way back home. She started to feel scared and lost. Just then, she heard a rustling in the bushes. It was a friendly squirrel named Sammy. Sammy showed Poppy the way back to her bamboo forest. Poppy learned an important lesson that day. Exploring is fun, but it's essential to stay close to home and ask for help when needed. Grateful for Sammy's help, Poppy returned home safely. She hugged her family tight, knowing that they would always be there for her. From that day on, Poppy remembered to explore with caution and stick close to her loved ones. She knew that adventures were best enjoyed with friends by her side. Mocha's Desert Adventure. In the sandy desert, there was a camel named Mocha. Mocha loved to walk on the warm sand. One day, Mocha decided to walk far across the desert. He carried some water and food and started his journey. As Mocha walked, the sun shined brightly, and the sand blew around him. Sometimes it was hard to see, but Mocha kept going. Along the way, Mocha met other animals like snakes and lizards. They talked and helped each other. But when the sun went down, Mocha felt lost. He looked up and saw a twinkling star. Mocha followed the star and found his way home. Mocha learned that even in the big desert, there are always things to help us find our way. Happy to be home, Mocha snuggled up and fell asleep, knowing he could find his way again if he ever got lost. Malik the Honest Trader. In a busy market in ancient Arabia, there was a trader named Malik. Malik was famous for always telling the truth. Every day, Malik sold things in the market. He treated everyone fairly, never cheating or lying. One hot day, a tired person came to Malik's stall. They asked for water, and Malik gave them some without asking for money. The person was surprised and asked why Malik was so kind. Malik said,
"Helping others is important to me."
The person was happy and promised to help Malik too. People heard about Malik's kindness and came from far away to buy things from him. They knew Malik was a good person. Malik became well known and respected. He lived happily, knowing he was liked by everyone because of his honesty. And so, Malik's story spread far and wide, showing how important it is to always tell the truth.
Snowy fun. One day, fluffy snow fell from the sky. Children ran outside to play. They made snowballs and built snow forts. They laughed and smiled, feeling happy. The snow made everything look white and clean. It was fun to jump and slide in the soft snow. The children felt grateful for the snowy day. They learned that even simple things, like snow, can bring joy and happiness. And so, they played until the sun went down, grateful for the snowy fun they had together.
Freddy the Proud Frog. In a cozy pond, there lived a frog named Freddy. Freddy was big and green. He loved to hop around, showing off to the other frogs. Freddy often bragged about how high he could jump and how loud he could croak. He thought he was the best frog in the pond. One day, a wise turtle named Toby told Freddy,
Being strong is good, but being kind is even better.
Freddy laughed at Toby's words, but deep down, he felt a bit unsure. Over time, Freddy's boasting caused problems. The other frogs didn't want to play with him anymore. Freddy realized he was lonely because of his pride. He decided to change. Freddy apologized to the other frogs and started being kind to them. The frogs forgave Freddy, and they became friends again. Freddy learned that being kind is more important than being proud. From then on, Freddy was known as a friendly frog who treated everyone with respect. And so, Freddy learned that being kind makes you the best of all. Auntie the Little Fisherman. In a small village by the sea, there lived a boy named Auntie. Auntie loved the ocean and wanted to be a fisherman like his dad. One day, Auntie's dad took him fishing. Auntie learned to catch fish and steer the boat. But then, a storm came. Auntie's dad kept them safe and brought them back to shore. Auntie realized the ocean was powerful and needed respect. Auntie realized the ocean was powerful and needed respect. And so, Auntie learned to love and respect the sea, becoming a proud fisherman in the village. Java's new home. In Java's forest, there lived an eagle named Java. Java had big wings and sharp eyes. One day, Java saw too many trees in his home. So, he flew to find a new one. Java flew far and wide. He saw rivers, mountains, and valleys, but none felt right. Finally, he found a perfect spot near a river with tall trees and lots of food. Java built a cozy nest and felt happy in his new home. From there, Java could see the whole forest. He was grateful for his new place. And so, Java found his new home and lived happily ever after.
Harry Hardworking Hedgehog. In a snug forest, there was a small hedgehog named Harry. Harry was tiny but really hardworking. Every day, Harry woke up early to hunt for food. He scurried all over the forest, gathering berries and nuts for his meals. Harry's pals often teased him for working so much. They'd say,
Why do you work so hard, Harry? Just chill and enjoy the forest.
But Harry ignored them. He knew how important hard work was and was determined to do his best. One day, a big storm hit the forest. Strong winds blew, and heavy rain poured down. Harry's pals freaked out and ran for cover, but Harry stayed outside, gathering food and making his home safe. After the storm, Harry's pals checked the damage. They were surprised to see Harry's home was fine. and he had plenty of food to share. Harry's hard work paid off. His pals realized how important it was and admired Harry for it. From then on, Harry's pals joined him in his daily tasks, and together they made the forest better. So, Harry the busy hedgehog showed everyone the value of working hard, proving that it pays off in the end.
Emir's Moon Dream. In a small town, there was a boy named Emir. Emir wanted to go to the moon. One night, Emir had a dream. He flew to the moon in a spaceship. He walked on the moon and collected rocks. But then, Emir heard his mom. It was time to wake up for school. Emir opened his eyes. It was just a dream. But Emir didn't give up. He studied hard to be an astronaut one day. And so, Emir's moon dream inspired him to work hard and reach for the stars.
Gina the Giraffe. In the vast savannah, there lived a gentle giraffe named Gina. Gina had a long neck and spots all over her body. Gina loved to roam the grasslands, grazing on leaves from tall trees. She would stretch her neck high into the sky to reach the juiciest leaves. One day, as Gina was wandering through the savannah, she heard a cry for help. It was a baby elephant stuck in a muddy watering hole. Without hesitation, Gina rushed to the rescue. With her long neck and strong legs, she reached into the hole and gently lifted the baby elephant to safety. The grateful elephant thanked Gina, and soon word spread of her heroic deed. From that day on, Gina became known as the bravest giraffe in the savannah. She was admired by all the animals for her kindness and courage. And so, Gina the giraffe showed that even the tallest creatures can have the biggest hearts.
Sammy the Seahorse. In a colorful coral reef, there lived a tiny seahorse named Sammy. Sammy was small and delicate, with a curly tail and a gentle demeanor. Sammy loved to explore the vibrant underwater world, swimming among the coral and darting through the clear blue water. One day, while swimming near the surface, Sammy spotted a school of fish caught in a fishing net. The fish were struggling to break free, their colorful scales glinting in the sunlight. Without hesitation, Sammy sprang into action. Using his tiny fins, he carefully entangled the fish one by one, setting them free. The grateful fish thanked Sammy and swam off into the vast ocean. Sammy watched them go, feeling proud of his bravery. From that day on, Sammy became known as the hero of the coral reef. The other sea creatures admired him for his kindness and selflessness. And so, Sammy the Seahorse showed that even the smallest creatures can make a big difference in the world.
Danny the Desert Lizard. In the hot desert, there lived a lizard named Danny. Danny had spikes on his back and spots on his skin. Danny liked to sit in the sun and find bugs to eat. One day, Danny saw some ants looking for water. The desert was dry, and they were thirsty. Danny knew where to find water. He led the ants to a hidden spot with water. The ants were happy and thanked Danny. They drank the water and felt better. From that day on, Danny was a hero in the desert. Other animals liked him because he helped them. Danny showed that even small creatures can do big things.
The King Who Changed. Once in a big kingdom, there was a king named Leo. King Leo was very proud and thought he was better than everyone else. He would show off his fancy things and tell everyone how great he was, but this made people sad and they didn't like him much. One day, a wise person told King Leo that being kind was more important than being rich. At first, King Leo didn't listen, but then he started to notice that he wasn't happy, even with all his riches. So, King Leo decided to change. He started being nice to everyone and listening to what they had to say. People were surprised and happy to see King Leo being kind. They started to like him more. King Leo realized that being kind made him feel better too. He was no longer lonely because he had friends who cared about him. And so, King Leo learned that being kind is the best way to be happy.
Raindrop's Journey. Once upon a time, in the sky, a little raindrop named Rainy lived in a big cloud. One day, Rainy and its cloud friends got heavy with water. They fell from the sky. Rainy fell down. Wind pushed it. Rainy landed on the ground and joined other raindrops. Rainy went into the soil. It helped plants. Rainy flowed in rivers. It went into the ground too. Rainy waded in the ground. People drank it from wells. Rainy learned that water is important. It helps life on Earth. And so, Rainy's journey showed that water is precious. Benny the Banana Tree. In a sunny garden, there lived a big banana tree named Benny. Benny had lots of green leaves and yummy yellow bananas on his branches. Benny liked feeling the warm sun and swaying in the wind. He reached up high to catch the sunlight. Every day, a farmer took care of the garden. He gave water to the plants and made sure they were happy. Time went by, and Benny grew taller. His bananas turned yellow and tasty. The farmer came to pick them. One day, a strong wind blew. Benny held on tight, but some bananas fell down. Benny felt sad, but then he saw something good. The fallen bananas helped the soil, making it better for new plants. Benny learned that even bad things can have good results. And so, Benny the banana tree felt proud of his bananas, even the ones that fell down.
The Friendly Pirates. Once upon a time, there were pirates who sailed the big ocean. They were mean and liked to take things from others. But one day, something special happened. They found a chest floating in the water. Inside, they found a map. The map showed them a way to a hidden island. Excited, they sailed to the island, hoping for treasure. But when they got there, they found something unexpected. The island was beautiful, with tall trees and colorful flowers. They met the people who lived there. The people were kind and shared their food with the pirates. The pirates realized they didn't need treasure to be happy. They decided to change their ways and become kind like the people on the island. From that day on, they helped others instead of taking from them. They became known as the friendly pirates, loved by everyone they met. And so, the pirates learned that kindness is the greatest treasure of all. Helpful Ninja Hero. Once upon a time, in a small village in Japan, there was a little ninja named Hiro. Hiro loved practicing ninja stuff and learning new things. But Hiro wasn't like other ninjas who just kept their skills for themselves. He wanted to use his ninja powers to help people. One day, a big storm hit the village and many houses got broken. People were sad and didn't know how to fix everything. Hiro knew he had to help. He put on his ninja clothes and got to work. With his fast moves and smart tricks, he fixed the roofs and cleaned up the mess. The villagers were really impressed by Hiro and thankful for his help. They thanked him a lot. After that, everyone called Hiro the helpful ninja. Whenever someone needed help, Hiro was always ready to lend a hand. So, little Ninja Hero showed that even if you're small, you can make a big difference by helping others.
Snowy Day Helpers. In South Korea, there was a little boy named Min. Min lived with his parents in a cozy house. One winter day, the snow fell heavily. It covered everything in a soft white blanket. Min's parents needed help clearing the snow from the driveway. They had to go to work, but the snow made it hard for them to leave. Min wanted to help. He put on his warm clothes and grabbed a shovel. Together with his parents, Min worked hard to clear the snow. They shoveled and pushed until the driveway was clear. Min's parents were proud of him. They thanked him for being such a good helper. From that day on, Min knew that helping his parents made them happy. He promised to always lend a hand when they needed it. And so, Min learned that even a little boy can be a big help to his family. Brave Bird in the Storm. Once upon a time, there was a small bird named Pip. Pip lived near the big ocean with many other birds. One day, a big storm came. The wind howled, and the waves crashed against the shore. All the birds flew away to find shelter, but Pip was too scared. He didn't know where to go. Pip held on tightly to a branch and closed his eyes. He wished for the storm to end. As the storm raged on, Pip felt scared and alone, but he remembered his friends and family. He knew he had to be brave. When the storm finally passed, Pip opened his eyes. He saw that he was safe and sound. Pip flew back to his friends and family. They were happy to see him and praised him for his bravery. From that day on, Pip was known as a brave bird who survived the storm. He learned that even in the toughest times, courage can help you through. And so, Pip's story taught everyone that being brave is important, especially when things get tough.
Zoe Diving Lesson. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Zoe. Zoe was fascinated by the ocean and dreamed of exploring its depths. One bright morning, Zoe went diving with his instructor, Mr. Finn. They swam together, admiring the colorful fish and beautiful coral reefs. But during their dive, Zoe spotted something shiny on the ocean floor. He wanted to swim closer to investigate. Mr. Finn stopped him and reminded Zoe about the dangers of diving alone. He explained that the ocean can be unpredictable, and it's important to always have a professional nearby. Zoe listened carefully to Mr. Finn's advice and stayed close to him for the rest of their dive. He understood that safety should always come first, even when having fun in the water. As they surfaced, Zoe thanked Mr. Finn for keeping him safe. He promised to remember the important lesson and never dive alone again. From that day on, Zoe became a responsible diver, always diving with a trained instructor by his side. And so, Zoe's diving adventure taught him the importance of staying safe in the water and never diving alone. Exploring nature in Indonesia. Once upon a time, there was a young explorer named Budi. Budi lived in Indonesia, a land full of natural wonders. One sunny day, Budi set out on an adventure to explore the beauty of his country. He walked through lush forests, climbed tall mountains, and swam in crystal-clear rivers. Along the way, Budi marveled at the diversity of plants and animals he encountered. He saw colorful butterflies fluttering among the flowers, playful monkeys swinging from tree to tree, and majestic eagles soaring high above. As he journeyed through Indonesia's landscapes, Budi felt a deep sense of connection to nature. He realized how important it is to protect and preserve the environment for future generations to enjoy. With every step he took, Budi appreciated the beauty of Indonesia even more. He promised himself to always cherish and respect the natural world around him. And so, Budi's exploration of Indonesia's nature taught him to appreciate the beauty and wonder of the world around him.
Happy children in prehistoric time. In a land of towering mountains and lush forests, there lived children during prehistoric times. These children, with their families, made their homes in caves and roamed the vast lands. Life in prehistoric times was simple but full of joy. The children spent their days playing games, exploring the wilderness, and learning from their elders. They chased after butterflies, climbed trees, and splashed in the cool streams. Laughter echoed through the valleys as they shared stories and adventures. In the evenings, they gathered around the fire with their families, roasting food and sharing stories under the starry sky. They felt safe and loved in their close-knit community. Even without modern toys, the children found happiness in the simple wonders of nature and the warmth of friendship. And so, in prehistoric times, children lived happily, surrounded by love, laughter, and the beauty of the world around them.
Piranhas, more friends than foes. In the rivers of South America, there are fish called piranhas. Many people think piranhas are scary and dangerous, but the truth is different. Piranhas are fish that live in groups called schools. They have sharp teeth and strong jaws, but they mostly eat plants, insects, and small fish. Piranhas are important for the river ecosystem. They help keep the river clean by eating dead animals and plants. While piranhas can be dangerous if they feel threatened, they usually don't bother people. They are more scared of us than we are of them. So, the next time you hear about piranhas, remember that they are just fish trying to live in their river home, not scary monsters.
The glowing fireflies. In warm summer nights, tiny creatures called fireflies light up the darkness. But did you know there's more to these glowing bugs than meets the eye? Fireflies are insects that produce light through a process called bioluminescence. They have a special chemical in their bodies that mixes with oxygen to create a bright glow. Fireflies use their light to communicate with each other. They flash patterns to attract mates or warn predators to stay away. These magical bugs are also helpful to humans. Some scientists study fireflies to learn more about their light-producing abilities, which could lead to new discoveries in medicine and technology. So, the next time you see fireflies dancing in the night sky, remember that they're not just pretty lights, they're also fascinating creatures with secrets to share.
Our wonders, unraveling nature's nighttime secrets. In the quiet of the night, a wise old owl sits perched on a tree branch, watching over the forest. But what makes owls so special? Owls are fascinating birds known for their big round eyes and silent flight. But did you know they have some amazing scientific facts too? One interesting fact about owls is their incredible hearing. Their ears are uniquely shaped to help them hear even the faintest sounds, like the scurrying of mice in the dark. Another cool fact is their ability to turn their heads almost all the way around. Owls can rotate their heads up to 270 degrees, thanks to their flexible neck bones. Owls are also skilled hunters. Their sharp talons and powerful beaks help them catch and eat their prey, which can include mice, insects, and even small birds. So, the next time you see an owl in the night, remember how amazing these birds are. They're not just wise and mysterious, they're also full of interesting science facts.
The amazing ants. In the bustling world of the ant colony, tiny insects work together in harmony. But did you know there's more to ants than meets the eye? Ants are remarkable creatures with some fascinating science facts that will leave you amazed. One incredible fact about ants is their strength. Despite their small size, ants can carry objects many times heavier than themselves. They work as a team to move food, build nests, and defend their colony. Another interesting fact is their communication skills. Ants use pheromones, which are special scents, to send messages to each other. These chemical signals help them navigate, find food, and recognize other ants in their colony. Ants are also expert architects. They build elaborate underground tunnels and intricate nests using nothing but soil, twigs, and their own saliva. These structures provide shelter and protection for the entire colony. So, the next time you see ants scurrying around, Remember how incredible they are. They're not just tiny insects, they're also marvels of science and teamwork.
Snakes, nature's amazing hunters. In the depths of the forest, a sleek snake slithers silently through the undergrowth. But did you know that snakes are more than just scary creatures? Let's explore some fascinating science facts about snakes. Snakes have an excellent sense of smell, using their forked tongues to pick up scent particles. They move gracefully with their flexible bodies, made up of many vertebrae. Some snakes use venom to immobilize their prey, while others rely on constriction. Snakes can be found on every continent except Antarctica. There are over 3,000 species of snakes, ranging in size from the tiny thread snake to the massive anaconda. Snakes can go weeks or even months without eating, depending on their size and metabolic rate. Snakes shed their skin periodically as they grow, allowing them to continue growing throughout their lives. Remember, while most snakes are harmless, some can be poisonous. Always be careful and obey your parents when exploring nature.
Underwater wonders. Beneath the shimmering surface of the ocean lies a world of wonders waiting to be discovered. Let's dive into some simple science facts about underwater life. Firstly, did you know that most of the Earth's surface is covered by water? That's right! Around 70% of our planet is covered by oceans, seas, and other bodies of water. Next, let's talk about the creatures that call the ocean home. There are millions of different species living underwater, from tiny plankton to gigantic whales. Each one plays a vital role in maintaining the balance of marine ecosystems. Another fascinating fact is that the ocean is home to some of the largest and oldest living organisms on Earth. Giant kelp forests can grow to be over 100 feet tall, while some deep-sea corals can live for thousands of years. And finally, let's not forget about the incredible diversity of life found in coral reefs. These underwater cities are teeming with colorful fish, vibrant corals, and other fascinating creatures. So, the next time you think about the ocean, remember that it's not just a big body of water. It's a world full of wonders waiting to be explored.
The cool cactus. In hot, dry places, there's a special plant called a cactus. Did you know cacti are awesome because they can do some neat things? Cacti live in deserts where there's not much water. They're great at saving water because they have thick, waxy skin and spiky needles instead of leaves. Cacti can hold lots of water inside their thick stems. This helps them stay alive even when it hasn't rained for a long time. Even though they live in tough places, cacti can still make pretty flowers. These flowers attract bees and birds to help make more cacti. Cacti have shallow roots that spread out to catch rain when it falls in the desert. So, when you see a cactus, remember how cool it is. It's not just prickly, it's also a survivor in the desert.
The amazing butterfly. In gardens and meadows, fluttering among the flowers, there's a creature called a butterfly. But did you know that butterflies are full of fascinating science facts? Let's learn together. Butterflies start their lives as tiny eggs, usually laid on leaves. These eggs hatch into caterpillars, which munch on leaves and grow bigger and bigger. After a while, the caterpillar forms a chrysalis, where it stays hidden while it undergoes a magical transformation called metamorphosis. Inside the chrysalis, the caterpillar changes into a butterfly. One cool fact about butterflies is their colorful wings. The colors and patterns on a butterfly's wings can help it hide from predators or attract mates. Butterflies also have a special proboscis, which is a long, straw-like tongue they use to drink nectar from flowers. This helps them get the energy they need to fly and lay eggs. So, the next time you see a butterfly flitting by, remember how amazing it is. It's not just beautiful, it's also a wonder of nature.
Fun at the safari park. Once upon a time, a family went on an exciting trip to a safari park to see all kinds of animals. They packed snacks, put on their hats, and hopped into their car. As they drove through the park, they saw tall giraffes munching on leaves from tall trees.
"Wow!"
said the children, amazed at how tall they were. Next, they spotted a herd of elephants splashing in a water hole. The elephants sprayed water with their trunks, making everyone laugh. The family also saw a pride of lions lounging in the sun.
Look at their big paws and sharp teeth,
said Dad.
They're the kings of the jungle.
Then, they came across a group of playful monkeys swinging from tree to tree.
"They're so funny,"
giggled the children as they watched the monkeys chase each other. After a fun day of exploring, the family waved goodbye to the animals and headed home.
What a wonderful adventure!
Exclaimed Mom.
Let's come back again soon.
Rainy day adventure. One day, Zoe and her friends went for a walk in the park. Suddenly, dark clouds filled the sky, and rain started pouring down. They ran for shelter, but it was too late. They were caught in a heavy rainstorm. Zoe remembered what her dad had taught her about staying safe in the rain. They found a sturdy tree and huddled together underneath its branches. They waited patiently for the rain to stop, singing songs to pass the time. As they waited, Zoe realized the importance of being prepared for unexpected weather. She promised herself to always bring an umbrella or a raincoat whenever she went out. Finally, the rain slowed to a drizzle, and they were able to make their way home. Wet but happy, Zoe and her friends laughed about their rainy day adventure and made plans for a cozy afternoon indoors. From that day on, Zoe knew that even unexpected storms could turn into fun adventures with the right attitude and preparation.
Eco-hero to the rescue. Meet Eco-hero, the superhero who loves nature and wants to protect it from harm. With a cape fluttering behind him, Eco Hero flies through the city, keeping an eye out for any trouble. One day, Eco Hero spots some people littering in the park.
Stop right there.
He calls out, swooping down to collect the trash and dispose of it properly.
Littering hurts our environment.
Next, he hears the sound of trees being cut down illegally in the nearby forest.
Not on my watch.
Shouts Eco Hero, using his super strength to stop the loggers and replant the trees that were lost. As he flies over the city, Eco Hero sees smoke rising from factories, polluting the air.
We need clean air to breathe.
He declares, using his powers to encourage the factories to use cleaner energy sources. Thanks to Eco Hero's bravery and determination, the city becomes a cleaner and greener place to live. People learn to respect nature and take care of the environment for future generations. With a smile on his face, Eco Hero flies off into the sunset, ready to continue his mission of protecting the planet and reminding everyone to do their part in keeping it clean and healthy.
The Helpful Hero. Once upon a time, there was a hero named Helper. Helper loved to help kids whenever they needed it. One sunny day, Helper saw some kids struggling to get their ball from a tree.
I'll get it for you,
said Helper, and he reached up and grabbed the ball with his strong arms. Later, on the way home from school, Helper saw a kid whose backpack had fallen in a puddle.
Let me help,
said Helper, and he used his powers to make the backpack clean and dry. Finally, Helper heard some kids in trouble at the playground. They were stuck on the jungle gym.
Hold on tight, I'll help you down,
said Helper, and he climbed up and helped each kid down safely. After helping the kids, Helper smiled and flew away. He knew that helping others was the best superpower of all.
The Amazing Thunderbolt. Did you know thunderbolts are like nature's fireworks? They light up the sky during storms. But what exactly causes thunderbolts? Well, when clouds bump together in a storm, they make electricity. This electricity builds up and makes a big spark, like a giant balloon popping. That spark is called lightning. When lightning zaps through the air, it heats up really fast. So fast it makes the air explode. That explosion is what we hear as thunder. Boom! Thunderbolts can be scary, but they're also fascinating. They remind us of the power of nature and how amazing our world is. So, the next time you see a thunderbolt, remember the science behind it and marvel at nature's wonders.
The Beautiful Butterfly. Did you know that butterflies start as tiny eggs? These eggs hatch into caterpillars, which eat lots of yummy leaves to grow big and strong. After a while, the caterpillar forms a chrysalis around itself. Inside the chrysalis, it undergoes a magical transformation called metamorphosis. Finally, after some time, a beautiful butterfly emerges from the chrysalis. With its colorful wings, it flutters through the air. Sipping nectar from flowers was its long, straw-like tongue. Butterflies are not only pretty to look at, but they also play an important role in pollinating flowers and helping plants grow. Next time you see a butterfly, remember the amazing journey it took to become the graceful creature it is today.
Mr. Ripon, the honest woodworker. Once upon a time, in a little village by the woods, there was a friendly woodworker named Mr. Ripon. Everybody liked him because he always told the truth and made really cool stuff out of wood. Every day, Mr. Ripon went to the woods where trees were grown for making things. He picked the best wood and made tables, chairs, and toys with it. One day, while he was in the woods, Mr. Ripon found a little bag under a tree. When he looked inside, he saw shiny coins. He knew someone must have dropped it, so he went to find the owner. He asked everyone in the village if they lost a bag until he found a girl who said it was hers. She was so happy to get it back, and she thanked Mr. Ripon a lot. From then on, everyone knew Mr. Ripon was a very honest person. They liked him even more because he always did the right thing. And Mr. Ripon, well, he just kept making wonderful things out of wood and being the best he could be. The River Rescue. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Timmy who loved to play by the river with his friends. One sunny day, while they were playing near the water, Timmy's friend, Tomo, accidentally fell in. Timmy was scared, but he remembered what his parents had told him about water safety. He quickly ran to some nearby adults and shouted for help. The kind adults heard Timmy's cries and rushed to the river. They jumped in and pulled Tomo out of the water, keeping him safe. Timmy felt relieved and happy that his friend was okay. But he also learned an important lesson. It's always important to be careful near water and to ask for help from grown-ups if someone is in trouble. Timmy thanked the adults for saving Tomo, and they all went home feeling grateful and safe.
The Wonderful World. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Zaki who loved to explore the world around him. He marveled at the beauty of the trees, the flowers, and the animals that lived in the forest near his home. Every day, Zaki went on adventures, discovering new wonders in nature. He loved to watch the colorful butterflies fluttering by and listen to the cheerful songs of the birds. One day, as Zaki sat by a sparkling stream, he realized something amazing. He realized that all the beauty he saw around him was created by God. Zaki felt grateful to be a part of such a wonderful world. He promised himself to always take care of it and appreciate its beauty every day. From that day on, Zaki looked at the world with new eyes. He saw the beauty in everything around him and thanked God for creating such a marvelous place. And Zaki, well, he continued to explore and appreciate the beauty of God's creation, knowing that it was a precious gift to be cherished forever.
The Sparkling Stars. Once upon a time, there was a curious boy named Tim who loved to look up at the night sky. Every evening, he would go outside and gaze at the twinkling stars above him. Tim marveled at the vastness of space and the beauty of the stars. He imagined traveling among them, visiting distant planets and galaxies. One night, Tim saw something special. It was a shooting star streaking across the sky, leaving a trail of light behind it. He made a wish upon the star, hoping for adventures among the stars. As Tim continued to watch the night sky, he realized how amazing and beautiful space truly was. He felt grateful to be a part of such a wondrous universe. From that moment on, Tim never stopped dreaming of exploring space. He knew that the beauty of the stars would always inspire him to reach for the stars and beyond. And Tim, well, he grew up to be an astronaut, exploring the wonders of space and sharing its beauty with the world.
Tommy's Turtle Adventure. Once upon a time, there was a little turtle named Tommy. Tommy lived in a cozy pond with his family, but he dreamed of seeing what lay beyond the water.
One sunny day, Tommy decided it was time for an adventure.
He crawled out of the pond and onto the grassy shore. With a determined flip, he started his journey. Tommy met friendly bugs and chirping birds as he walked through the meadow. Soon, he found himself at a shiny stream. Without hesitation, he jumped in and swam along. In the stream, Tommy saw colorful fish and wiggly worms. He loved exploring the new world around him. After many days, Tommy reached the big, wide ocean. It was so vast and blue, but Tommy wasn't scared. He was excited to see what was out there. In the ocean, Tommy met playful dolphins and big, gentle whales. He even made friends with a funny octopus. Despite the challenges, Tommy kept going. He knew every moment of his adventure was special and exciting. And so, Tommy's turtle adventure continued, filled with joy and wonder at every turn. The Wise Squirrel and the Helpful Friends. Once upon a time, in a big forest, there lived a clever squirrel named Sammy. Sammy had a cozy home high up in a tall oak tree. He loved collecting nuts and storing them for the winter. One sunny morning, as Sammy was gathering nuts, he saw a family of birds looking worried. Sammy, being friendly, chirped.
Hello there. Why do you look so troubled?
The mother bird replied sadly,
We built our nest on a weak branch, and it's about to fall. We don't know where to move our babies to keep them safe.
Sammy thought for a moment and said,
I have an idea. My tree has sturdy branches. You can build your nest there, and my tree will keep your babies safe.
The birds were grateful and quickly moved their nest to Sammy's tree. They thanked Sammy and chirped joyfully. Later that day, a little rabbit approached Sammy, saying,
Mr. Sammy, my burrow collapsed, and I have nowhere to stay tonight.
Sammy smiled kindly and said,
Don't worry, my friend. You can share my cozy home in the tree until you find a new burrow.
The rabbit happily hopped up the tree and thanked Sammy for his kindness. Days passed, and a storm came rumbling through the forest. The wind howled, and the rain poured heavily. Sammy's tree swayed, but it stood strong, protecting all his friends from harm. After the storm passed, the animals gathered around Sammy, grateful for his help. The wise squirrel spoke.
When we help each other, we become stronger together. By sharing and caring, we make our home a better place.
The animals cheered, understanding the value of friendship and helping one another. From that day on, they lived happily, always ready to lend a paw or wing to anyone in need. And so, in the heart of the forest, the wise squirrel and his friends showed that kindness and helping each other make the world a brighter and safer place for everyone.